Pastor Chris, what are you doing?
Pastor James, I was just imagining my retirement.
Retirement? What?
Retirement. Well, I mean, you have
Well,
to
what
plan
what are
ahead,
you
Pastor James.
you got to plan ahead? Well, just what do you think you'll be doing at age 75?
Well, hopefully at age 75, if I live that long, I'll be sitting on my couch with my feet up, a cat in my lap, a glass of milk in my hands, and Star Trek on the screen in front of me.
What? Haven't you ever read, Pastor Chris, the Bible, specifically the book of Genesis, micro specifically Genesis 12?
I have, in fact, Pastor James, read the book of Genesis, chapter 12. Luther mentions it several times.
Then you know it's about Abraham, who is age,
I guess Abram is age 75.
and is he just sitting around with cats watching Star Trek?
He might have had cats, but he does not have Star Trek. And either way, he is not just sitting around. We never see Abraham just sitting around. And in this case in particular, God calls Abraham, and Abraham just goes at the age of 75.
That's
Yeah.
quite a retirement plan.
Hopefully not my retirement plan, but who knows?
Yeah, I think getting serious for a minute, which is new for us. Uh, what I take away from this story is Abraham probably did not want to just go at age 75. Do you think?
I mean, and it's interesting. We hear no dialogue. Abraham asks no questions. All we know is that God says go, and Abraham goes, and God makes grandiose promises. But we don't. All we don't know how Abraham thinks or feels. He just does what God has tells him to do at this point.
Yeah.
And in some ways, that is a model, perhaps even the model of faith, one of the models of faith for us.
Oh, for sure. I think this story, if you just sit down and think about it for a minute, it totally flips on its head. That question I asked you, that question that every commercial during a golf or baseball game is about, what do you want to be doing at age 75? It flips it on its head and it asks, no, really the important thing is, what is God calling me to do at age 75, age 40, age 90, age 20, whatever it happens to be.
And I think it's important to note that while, because too often we talk about the call of God as a call to ministry, as a call to professional ministry, as a call to the ministry of word and sacrament, or the ministry of word and service. And that, like, I think you pointed out in our pregame, Pastor James, that you could be doing all kinds of. You had a great list, Pastor James, of
Yeah,
things.
yeah, yeah. Well, I just want to go off that. Abraham is not a pastor. We know because, as you said, he does not talk. At least in this story, can't be a pastor. But you think about some of the things he's going to do. He's going to be a builder. He's going to meet with other local leaders. Whether that's out in the community or on council. I think of people who help at food banks or habitat builds. There are so many different ways to get involved. We've I've met people who their health was not the best, but guess what? They called the phone, they visited, they prayed. Um, I think that, you know, God says go, uh, and that can look different ways in different situations. But the question is, are we listening to what God might be inviting us to do?
And are we listening, and are we willing to do it? And that often looks different, as you said, than what the world would have us think we should be doing or think we should be being. Abraham is called out of the nations that have been established just in the last two chapters in Genesis, and he is called to be different in some way, in many ways.
Yeah, yeah, and I think I love that insight, which kills me to say that. And I'm excited next week to look with you at what might the nation's role be with God. And if that question interests you, I hope you'll join us next time as Uncomplimentary continues.